Hey everyone, welcome into the very first Hog Hype of the Arkansas football season. It's exciting just to say it. Tyler Cass, joined by Locked On Razorback podcast host John Nabors. And John, week one, forget about excited just for football season to start. This football season in particular, this has got to be the most exciting start since...
I would have to think maybe like 2011, 2012, that time where Arkansas was actually a legitimate top 25 team. I guess in some cases they were a top 10 team, but I can't remember a time where there's this much excitement along with the expectation of this year, and it's just nice to have it back. Last year was a little bit questionable. Didn't really know how good they could be, but when they had the great year and have so many players coming back from last year's team, there's excitement surrounding the team right now.
So with so many expectations and whatnot going into this season, what do you think qualifies as a successful 2022 Razorback football season?
Honestly, with the schedule, I believe that it's easier in the SEC but tougher in the non-conference. So if you're able to replicate the win total you had from last year with 8 wins, I think most Razorback fans would be excited about that. But I think they're capable of doing more. I really think they're going to take some steps to get to that 9, maybe even 10 win range, just kind of depending on what the rest of the SEC does, and all their toughest games being at home. I think that they can build upon what they did last year, and I think that could be a successful season.
All right, we know the guys who are coming back. Your KJ Jeffersons, your Jalen Catalon, Bumper Pool, etc. Who are some names new that Hog fans might not know, but who you think can have a big impact this season?
I really look for Mattlanders, the wide receiver that transferred from Toledo. I've heard nothing but great things about him coming out of fall camp. He's 6'5". He's a big-bodied wide receiver. And the thing is Sam Pittman's talked highly of him. No one's going to replace Traylon Burks, let's be honest. But if you can have somebody like him be that guy that you can count on going downfield, having big plays for big yardage, I think that's really going to open up the rushing attack and going to open up other wide receivers too. So I really look forward to Mattlanders making an impact this year.
You mentioned the non-conference schedule is tougher this year, and it gets started right away. Cincinnati coming off a college football playoff berth, number 23 in the country, the first time that the Razorbacks have ever hosted a game to start the season where both teams were ranked. What do you know about the Bearcats? How tough is this first game?
Well, they lost a lot of players from last year. They lost their quarterback. They lost Sauce Gardner, guys that were really good and got drafted into the NFL. But here's the thing about a program like Cincinnati with Luke Fickell. They don't rebuild, they reload. Every single year they've lost some players, but they've always been a really good program. Are they going to go 13-0 again this year? I don't think so. But they're going to be just as good of a Power 5 team, if you will, that Arkansas is going to be facing. So I expect it to be tough. I expect it to be a physical game. But I also expect Arkansas to win because it is the first game of the season in Fayetteville. I think the atmosphere is going to be great, and I think Arkansas is going to be able to get it done.
There you go. John's thinking they start 1-0. It all goes down Saturday, 2:30 p.m. on ESPN. And, of course, tune in Saturday night, 10:35 p.m. for the first Hog Zone of the season.